Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To ask the Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster to make a statement on the status of the investigation into Downing Street parties following the statement from the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police.
Michael Ellis.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, as the House will be aware, earlier today the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police confirmed that the Metropolitan Police Service will be investigating alleged breaches of COVID-19 regulations within government. This is a matter for the police, and the House will understand that I'm not in a position to comment on the nature or content of the police investigation. Mr. Speaker, I have previously made clear from this dispatch box that the government recognises, and I recognise, the public anxiety and indignation that it appears as though the people who have been setting the rules may not have been following the rules. And I would like to repeat that sentiment today. And this is why the Prime Minister asked for a Cabinet Office investigation to take place. The terms of reference for that investigation, led by the Second Permanent Secretary at the Cabinet Office and the Department for Levelling Up Housing and Communities, Sue Gray, have been published and laid in the library of this House. Those terms made clear that, as with all internal investigations, Mr. Speaker, if during the course of the work any evidence emerges of behaviour that is potentially a criminal offence, the matter will be referred to the police and the Cabinet Office's work may be paused. Mr. Speaker, as the House would expect, there is ongoing contact between the Cabinet Office investigation and the Metropolitan Police Service. However, the Cabinet Office investigation will continue its work. I would urge the House to wait for the findings of that investigation and for the police to conclude their work. That is important to allow the work to take place unimpeded and to protect the rights of all involved. Mr. Speaker, I must emphasise that matters relating to adherence of the law are properly a matter for the police to investigate, and the Cabinet Office will liaise with them as appropriate. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I can confirm that the findings of the investigation will be provided to this Honourable House and made public. Mr. Speaker, the House will understand that there is a limit to what I can say, given this is an ongoing investigation. I also cannot comment on what is now an ongoing police investigation, and therefore I ask that members of the House let the investigation run its course and do not preempt its conclusions.
Angela Rayner.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for granting this urgent question. And well, all too soon, the Minister and I find ourselves here once again, rather than dealing with the cost of living crisis impacting on families, we're talking about scandals in Downing Street again. And the members opposite can chunter from their positions, but they're allowing this to happen, Mr. Speaker. 2 months now, Cabinet Ministers have been working hard to make Sue Gray the most famous woman in Britain. In response to every question asked about the poor conduct, bad behaviour and rule-breaking culture that this government has overseen, the ministers have repeatedly told us Sue Gray is the answer. Now there's a police investigation, and the terms of reference for Sue Gray set by the Prime Minister himself are clear. If any evidence emerges of behaviour that is potentially a criminal offence, the matter will be referred to the police. So it seems, Mr. Speaker, potential criminality has been found in Downing Street. What a truly damning reflection on our nation's very highest office. So I ask the Minister, given this morning's announcement, when will the Sue Gray report finally be published? Can he assure the House that the Sue Gray report will be published in full, not just the summary, and will the accompanying evidence be provided? And can he clarify for the House what Sue Gray and her team will be doing whilst the police conduct their investigation? Can the Minister can confirm whether the decision to delay the publication of the Sue Gray report was made by the Metropolitan Police or the government. Given this government's record, Mr. Speaker, on lost phones, missing messages and minutes, can he assure the House that all evidence from the Gray inquiry will be properly held by the Cabinet Office? Can he clarify if the Chancellor, as a resident of Downing Street, is cooperating fully with the Gray inquiry and if the police investigation, and has he been interviewed? Just weeks ago, Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister told this House there was no party. How does the Paymaster General explain that? I know across the country people know enough. They have made up their minds about the Prime Minister, so when will his party catch up?